The day before he left, Anna had another argument with him, but Vronsky still left without looking back. Anna's heart was not at peace. She felt that their relationship was really starting to cool down and became aware of her low status. She wrote a letter to Vronsky, lying that their daughter was ill to get him to return. Vronsky did come back, and Anna tried to charm him, hoping to use her beauty and love to ensnare him as before. But Vronsky looked at her with a cold light in his eyes, despite his warm words, which made Anna even more anxious. She decided to write to her husband, Karenin, requesting a divorce. She planned to go to Moscow with Vronsky at the end of November and live together as a formal couple. Anna waited every day for Karenin's reply, ready to handle the divorce proceedings at any moment. In this waiting, the woman became increasingly humble, merely because her love was greater. At this moment, Anna was so insecure. What impact did this have on her? Tolstoy again uses another person's perspective to observe this, and that person is Levin, the one who proposed to Kitty and is now married to her. One day, Levin, who was accompanying Oblonsky, arrived at Vronsky's house for the first time and saw Anna. Levin stared at Anna in amazement, seeing her as intelligent, elegant, beautiful and sincere, as if she had stepped out of a painting. During the farewell, Levin was reluctant to leave, mesmerized by Anna's enchanting gaze. Anna, of course, noticed Levin's unusual enthusiasm towards her, but she was continually puzzled. Why is Vronsky becoming colder towards me? She sadly thought that while he wanted both reputation and freedom, all she needed was love. So while Anna's charm and beauty remained unchanged, she was clearly becoming increasingly disadvantaged in this relationship, and there was nothing she could do about it. Next, Karenin officially replied and firmly rejected Anna's request for a divorce. He did not forgive Anna. He still hated her and was unwilling to let her be free to live happily with someone else. So the divorce issue remained unresolved. Anna and Vronsky had another fierce argument about whether or not to go to the country. Anna felt that Vronsky's love had diminished and began to suspect that he might be in love with someone else. What was Vronsky thinking? He regretted it. He had put himself in such a difficult situation for Anna, but to him, Anna did not ease this difficulty. Instead, she had intensified it. Their arguments ended in failure each time, and they no longer shared their thoughts with each other, falling deeper into suspicion and doubt. The next morning, they continued the argument from the previous night, marking their longest quarrel. Anna's heart had reached the point of utter despair. Whether or not they went to the country, whether Karenin agreed to the divorce, or whether the child could be with her had become irrelevant. The only thing she now wanted to do was punish Vronsky. That evening, when she entered the study and saw Vronsky sleeping peacefully, Anna couldn't help but cry. She loved him so much, more than anything, but thinking of her lover's cold gaze made her heart spasm. Anna spent the entire night unable to sleep. It was truly a heart-wrenching moment. She then thought, I make him unhappy and he makes me unhappy. He cannot change and neither can I. Our love is dead. Realizing this reality, Anna walked to the tracks and stopped next to the passing train. She looked at the towering iron wheels of the first car and calculated how to position herself precisely underneath. But it was too late. When the next car arrived, neither too early nor too late, Anna threw herself under it. At that moment, she was terrified and wanted to get up, but the relentless massive object was coming down on her with heavy force. She no longer had to worry about Vronsky not loving her. Anna was dead. When she committed suicide on the tracks, Vronsky's coachman witnessed the entire event. When Vronsky received the news and rushed into the train station like a madman, he saw Anna's bloody body surrounded by strangers, sprawled out on a large table without any shame. Anna's head remained intact, leaning back with half-closed eyes, showing a terrifying and strange expression. Her mouth was half open, with a trace of sadness at the corner, as if she were saying to Vronsky the words she often said during their arguments, "You will regret this. Wherever you are, I will be there too." Vronsky had never imagined that Anna would actually do this. She truly was willing to sacrifice her life for love, making him regret it, and now she had fulfilled that wish. Vronsky remembered their first encounter, which had also been at the station, where Anna's mysterious, charming, and tender look had completely captivated him. But now, what appeared before him was Anna's fierce and vengeful expression from their last departure. Vronsky collapsed in shock, and when he awoke, he seemed dazed. After Anna's death, Karenina also attended her funeral and requested to take Anna's daughter, as she was legally Karenina's child. At this point, Vronsky, utterly despondent, agreed to everything. For 6 weeks afterward, Vronsky spoke not a word. If not for his mother's pleading, he might not have eaten anything at all. Vronsky's mother harbored a deep hatred for Anna. She saw Anna as a shameless woman whose reckless stubbornness was merely a way to prove her uniqueness, but her ultimate fate was the same as that of all fallen women. Vronsky's mother often frowned and disdainfully remarked to others, "This woman even chose a despicable and degrading way to die. She ruined herself, ruined her husband, and as if that wasn't enough, she destroyed everything Vronsky had." Vronsky gave up everything for her. His future, his mother. More than 2 months after Anna's death, the Serbian War began, and Vronsky decided to return to the military and go to the battlefield. Thus, his scandal was suddenly forgiven by the public because he became a heroic figure again, which countered the previous scorn and criticism from high society. When friends came to see him off, Vronsky said, "As a tool, I might still be of some use, but as a person, I am already dead." Anna's earth-shattering suicide also impacted many others. For instance, Levin developed new insights into life and death. He began to realize that what he feared was not death but living in a state of confusion. So that spring after Anna's death, Levin threw himself into agricultural work, sought serfdom reform, and began writing. He strived to escape his vague state, aiming to find clarity and live authentically according to his inner beliefs.